Hi loves and welcome back. It's your girl Sky Mill and today we're making ramen with Cajun sausage, shrimp, and eggs. Keep on watching if you want to see how this turned out. Be sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel.
Okay, y'all, so we're going to start off by chopping up our onions, slicing it rather, and deveining some shrimp. Like I say, I normally buy my shrimp already deveined, but I didn't have a choice this time just because I got them from a market since I ran out of the ones I already had. So when you're doing the onion, don't cut this part off simply because that's what's gonna make you cry. You can slice through it, you can slice around it, you can slice in the middle of it, just don't cut it off. So I go down like this and I normally cut it in between so I can take that first layer back. Okay, so y'all, now we're gonna take our sausage. This is the best sausage you can get, period. You know, you know. So basically I like to cut mine down the middle. If it's not cut down the middle, I'm sorry, y'all, I don't even want it really. I really don't even like sausage, like this type of sausage, the one that's like in a roll. But this is like literally the only sausage that I eat. So if I can't find this, I get this from Aldi's. Sometimes they have it at Walmart. I don't even like to go to Walmart, y'all. If I don't go to Aldi's or Publix, then I just don't need to go. So we're gonna cut them into pieces like this. So now we put it on the skillet. They're gonna sear on all sides. So you're gonna put your stove on a medium-high heat. Gonna add about a tablespoon of oil into the pan. So we're gonna cook the sausage first. Then we're gonna cook the shrimp in the pan that the sausage was in, and then we're gonna cook the onions and the sauce at the pan that everything else was in. Does that make sense? So we're gonna cook everything basically in the same pan so that the flavors are, you know, doing what it needs to do, overlapping each other. So we're gonna continue to cook this. This is for 2 people, so you'll see that later. When I plate everything, slice it down the middle, y'all. Okay, and that should be good. We'll let our pan heat up for a little bit. And while that's doing what it's gonna do, we're gonna go ahead and boil some water for our noodles.
Okay y'all, so now that my grapeseed oil is heated to where I need it to be, if you guys ever need to check like your oil that you're gonna be searing something with, or even that you're frying with, if you want to just lightly splash water in it just to make sure it is where you need it to be, you can. Basically I'm placing them in the pan split side down, just so that they sear better for me. I would say to sear these for about 4 minutes per side. I like mine extra crispy, so if you don't, you can adjust that time if you need to. Okay, so now we're going to flip our sausage over and allow them to cook another about 3 to 4 minutes on the other side. They should look like this. I am going to flip them one more time because, like I say, I like mine extra crispy. But like I say, some people prefer theirs like this. So like I say, adjust the time to what's best for you and your taste buds, sis. Okay, y'all, so now I'm just basically transferring the sausage back to the cutting board that I just cleaned and setting them aside for later. Now we're basically going to start on our shrimp. So we're going to add about 2 tablespoons of butter to that same pan with the sausage drippings and everything. We're going to scrape those up just so it can add more flavor to our sauce later. But like I say, allow this to melt. Adjust the temperature if you need to. I like my shrimp with a sear also. You're gonna see when I add the shrimp in, all I basically seasoned the shrimp with was lemon pepper and Cajun seasoning, which like I said is just Tony seasoning. I don't like to do too much with the shrimp because like I say, we're already gonna have a butter sauce, so that's pretty much all you need. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and start arranging our shrimp in the pan. These are medium shrimp, so they don't need to cook long at all. I would say no more than about 2 minutes per side. The reason why I like to basically start off at a higher temperature with my shrimp, because I like them to have a sear on them. They just look better to me than being basically like just red boiled shrimp. I like them to look good. I'm a presentation person. Like, I like for my food to look right, even though it's gonna taste good if it doesn't have that sear, y'all. That's just me, my preference or whatever. But basically, once they're almost done, I'm gonna add in some lemon juice. Anytime I cook shrimp or salmon, the only time I really don't use it if I'm frying like shrimp or something. But I'm always gonna put lemon juice when I'm searing something seafood wise. In the pan to the right, I'm going to be boiling my noodles for about 3 minutes, I would say. Normally, I cook mine in the microwave, but only because it's for 2 people, I'm boiling them. It's easier that way. But if you prefer to cook yours in the microwave, if you're just making this for you, I would say to put them on 5 minutes. 5 minutes is the best time in the microwave for me. Some people say 3. I've heard 8. I'm like, 8? That's mush. So I would say 4 to 5 minutes in the microwave if you're going to be cooking your noodles that way. If you're going to do them on the stove, you can kind of see when they're done. Just keep stirring them around, just to your preference, honestly. Okay, now we're just going to remove our shrimp and place them on a plate and basically set them to the side. I do like to keep the tail on my shrimp. I tend to see that it has a lot of flavor when you do it that way. If I'm making like pasta or something, I really don't, just because who wants to eat pasta and pick through the tail and all that. But if it's something like this where the shrimp are going to be on top, I always like to keep them on. Now we're going to add a stick of butter. Like I said, this recipe is called for 2 people. So if you guys are making this just for yourself or for one person, I would say go down on the butter. Or if you're making it for more than 2 people, go up on the butter. just basically your preference on how much sauce you need. We didn't fill the noodles like the full bowl with sauce. Like even when I make my noodles just normal, I typically pour a lot of my water off. I don't really like it soupy like that. I just like it a little bit of soup at the bottom. So that's kind of what this recipe is calling for as well. So you'll see that later on. The bowl isn't filled up to the top with sauce. But yeah, just adjust the butter based on the number of people you're cooking for. Okay, so now that we've let the butter melt on about a medium-low heat, adjust the temperature when we're adding the next ingredient because minced garlic does burn very quickly. So we're going to add about a tablespoon of minced garlic to the pan, and then we're going to stir that around and get it well incorporated until it's fragrant. So now we're going to add our sliced onions to the pan. Just mix them around. Let them get all the flavors. The sausage flavor, the shrimp flavor, everything that we've added previously. We're basically wanting our onions to absorb all of that and get translucent. And then we'll go on to adding our seasonings. Okay, y'all, so at this point, your butter will start to brown or foam up in this case. That is completely normal, so we're going to go ahead and start adding in our seasonings, simply because our onions are where we want them to be. We're going to add a tablespoon of Tony's Cajun seasoning, a tablespoon of Slap Your Mama, a tablespoon of onion powder, a tablespoon of garlic powder, a tablespoon of black pepper, a tablespoon of paprika, a tablespoon of lemon pepper, a tablespoon of parsley, and a tablespoon of cayenne pepper and crushed red pepper. If you're not big on spice, I would say to go down on the cayenne pepper and red crushed peppers and only do about a teaspoon and add as much more as you need, just depending on what you guys like for our spice goes. I am going to list these seasonings down below in the description box, so if you forget or if it's better for you to see it, you can find it there. We're now going to add about a 1/4 cup of chicken broth. This is low sodium chicken broth because I don't really like too much of a salty taste in my sauce. And as you can see, we didn't add salt throughout this whole process just because the Cajun seasoning, the Slap Your Mama seasoning, it already has little salt in it, so that's all you need. Now we're going to add a tablespoon of chili garlic paste. This has a little spice to it as well, but nothing crazy. It's more garlicky to me than anything. We're going to add a tablespoon of this, y'all. If you don't have this, you can get this anywhere. Walmart, Publix, Kroger, any of the major grocery stores, you can find it. I cook with this a lot. Like a lot of different recipes that you'll see me make later on, you'll see this. So this is like a staple that you guys need in your kitchen. Now we're going to add about a tablespoon of sweet chili sauce. This is the favorite brand that I like to use. It's the Panda Express brand. There's so many different brands you can use. Honestly, if it's sweet chili sauce, you should be fine. Like I say, if you don't have this or if you're not into sweet chili sauce, you can use brown sugar as well. I would say just adjust it based on how sweet you want it to be. This is just to balance the heat. Now that your sauce is to the consistency that you guys want it to be, you can go ahead and turn it off the heat. Basically, if you need to add more chicken broth to loosen it up, you definitely can. It's just based on how thick you want it to be. I basically boiled the eggs kind of off camera, so forgive me for that. I do add salt to my boiled eggs just because you'll see that they peel so much easier that way. When I'm basically peeling the eggs, I always do it under extremely cold water. I see that that tends to help. Basically, so of course, make sure the water isn't still hot from when it was boiling. Kind of pour that off, add the cold water in, pour it off again just to make sure that it's not extremely hot to touch. And then go ahead and start peeling the eggs underneath the cold water. Now it's time for my favorite part, which is plating. I don't know, it's just something about the presentation that gets me. Like, if food doesn't look good, who really wants to eat it? Like, it has to grab your attention regardless of how it tastes, to be completely honest. So I'm basically just putting half of the ramen noodles into this bowl. And then we're going to go ahead and cut up the eggs and then plate everything as far as the sauce and everything goes. And then you'll see the end result. Please excuse my Christmas decorations. I recorded this on Saturday, I guess. I just took them down this morning, y'all. I don't know. It's something about Christmas decorations that I just cannot do all this hard work and then take it down right after Christmas. Like, it has to stay for at least a week or two. But yeah, it's down now, so don't judge. And just for future reference, I did go in and clean the bowl because I don't like it messy. Like I say, presentation is everything to me. So if you're going to do this recipe, I say go ahead and just mix the noodles in with the sauce and kind of do it that way so that your bowl isn't too messy. But you can always clean it up if you need to. And there we have it, y'all. This turned out so good. Please try this. And if you do, make sure to let me know how it turned out. Go ahead and like and subscribe to my channel. Leave your comments down below on how you guys like this video and how you like my videos that I've been posting so far. Give me inspiration. Let me know what you guys want to see next. Make sure you're following me on TikTok and Instagram so you know every time I'm getting ready to post a video on my channel. And as I always say, I am not a chef, just a Southern girl who can cook. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you next time. Bye.